So you're thinking of moving to New Orleans, Louisiana, more specifically Metairie, Louisiana. Metairie is centrally located to New Orleans, smashed right between New Orleans and Kenner. Kenner is where you will find the New Orleans International Airport. So if you happen to be somebody who travels a lot and do not want to have to worry about taxis or Ubers coming from New Orleans or high traffic times to go back and forth between the airport, Metairie might be a great location for you. If you are somebody who's looking for something more on a lower price scale that you want to buy outside of New Orleans, because a lot of New Orleans gets pretty pricey, pretty expensive to have something that has space for a family. So maybe you're looking for something in a $200,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 range. You'll be able to find that in Metairie, Louisiana. So stay tuned, and if you are moving in 9 or 90 days, we want to help you. Please shoot us a text, send us an email, drop a comment below. Let us know that you are interested in moving to New Orleans, Louisiana, the surrounding areas of New Orleans, the suburbs, Metairie, South Shore, North Shore, wherever you're thinking of moving. We can help you and we want to help you. So be sure to drop us a line and stay tuned for the rest of this video. A little bit more about Metairie, Louisiana. So Metairie is located in Jefferson Parish. It is rated as one of the best places to live in America according to niche.com, and it is number 3 for cities to retire in on niche.com. I was kind of surprised to read that because I thought everybody went to Florida for retirement, but apparently Louisiana is a great retirement location as well, especially if you love Mardi Gras. And talking about Mardi Gras, Metairie is known to have a more family-friendly Mardi Gras kind of atmosphere. So we have a lot of different parades that will go through Metairie. Usually they go kind of near to the mall and different shopping centers, somewhere off of Veterans Memorial Boulevard. And the parades tend to be, once again, more family friendly. You have a lot more families out there. It's easier to find a restroom for the kids to go to. I really like it. That's where I bring my kids for parades. It's where I've gone pretty much my whole life. I like the big New Orleans parades, but they get very, very crowded. You have to be out there really early to get a decent spot, and even when that happens, everybody rushes in. I feel like Metairie parades are a bit more laid back, not nearly as crowded, but I mean, at the same time, the big city parades do have like really elaborate, gorgeous, amazing floats that Metairie parades tend to have more of like truck floats. So something to consider. Metairie is one of the largest communities in Jefferson Parish. I'm going to refer to a couple of my notes that I have sitting in front of me here just to make sure I don't miss any of the targets that I want to hit. Overall, on niche.com, Metairie gets an A-. You can find dozens of grocery stores here, hundreds of cafes and restaurants. You will not suffer on trying to find a place to eat. Like, if anything, you might suffer trying to figure out where you want to eat because there's such a variety of different restaurants in Metairie, higher end, lower end, middle. Like, if you want it, they have it. It's a very family-friendly area. It has a lot of different areas and entertainment things that you can bring the kids to do, like jump parks, trampoline parks, arcades, lots of different things to do with the kids. They do have a nice mall there. I believe it's called Lakeside. Pretty sure. It's right next to the lake, and it's where you will, a lot of the time, a lot of people go catch the parades there too. There's a daiquiri shop there. If you've ever been to New Orleans or anywhere in Louisiana, make sure you try a drive-through daiquiri. That's right, you can drive through, get a daiquiri, an alcoholic frozen beverage for adults, and go about your merry way. Don't put the straw in it though, because if you put the straw in it, it becomes an open container, and that's a whole thing that you don't want to go down. This area has 31 public schools that are rated good or higher by greatschools.com. You can also find 32 different private and charter schools to choose from if you prefer to pay for a private education. Right on the shores of Lake Pontchartrain in Metairie, you'll find a little area called Bucktown. It was formerly a small fishing village and is now a thriving community featuring some of the best seafood restaurants and markets in the area. Also, another little area that they have in Metairie is called Old Metairie. So Old Metairie got its name because one of the oldest streets built in New Orleans was called Metairie Road. So along Metairie Road in the late 1910s, they had a greater development kind of going on with upscale housing, which was constructed off the road in the 1920s. This area is now known as Old Metairie and is today kind of the most prestigious area of Metairie, so to speak. The areas to the north and northwest of Metairie Road were not developed until after World War II. So that's just a little piece of history there. Just to give you a little French here, a little French history, since a lot of influence in Louisiana is from the French and the Acadians. Metairie is the French term for a small tenant farm that paid the landlord with a share of the produce, also known as sharecropping. So that was a lot of the earliest settlers in that area were sharecroppers. So just a little piece of history there. One more piece of history. In the 1720s, French settlers became the first Europeans to settle Metairie. And it was formerly an area called Tchoupitoulas, but is now known as Metairie Ridge. So, and that's one of those words that you'll see, one of the streets in New Orleans is called Tchoupitoulas. And lots of people who are not local and are not familiar with how to pronounce the word, maybe we can put it across the bottom here, Tchoupitoulas. It is one of those really fun words that we like to get non-locals to try to say before they know how to say it, just because it's not one of those things that you can look at and just sound out. You just have to know. Moving on, let's talk about the housing market in Metairie, Louisiana. So our current data is the median home value is approximately $237,000. That's slightly higher than the national average, which is about $217,500. The population is approximately 142,000 people. Once again, one of the largest populations in Jefferson Parish. The median household income is approximately $59,400, which is a little bit below the national average. Right now, currently, it's actually, even though most of this country is kind of in a seller's market, Metairie is a little bit more of a buyer's market because they actually have more of a supply of homes for sale than they have a demand for the homes there. So if you are moving to this area and you're looking to have a better deal or have a house that maybe doesn't go off the market quite as fast, Metairie might be an area you want to look at, because a lot of areas over here are in a seller's market still, and as soon as the houses are listed, they're gone. So that's something to think about. On average, homes in Metairie sell in about 90 days. So just to give you like a little bit of a window there, roughly almost 3 months, the houses will be on the market. So you might have a little more time to look around and look at different properties. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you on a laptop. I'm gonna share my screen with you, view of some of these homes, because I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be fun to be able to look at pictures of the insides of the homes? So here we go. So I'm gonna start with this house in Metairie. It actually has sold since I originally pulled it up. It was originally listed for $300,000. It sold for $303,000. It was built in the year 2017. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, no garage, no pool, living area of approximately 2,000 square feet, and it was priced roughly at $149 per square foot. So let's take a look at some of these pictures. Here you'll see the front of the house. You'll notice that at the bottom of this picture, it's kind of lifted with these little grates down below. A lot of homes have that in Louisiana because Louisiana, as you might know, we have hurricanes, we have flooding sometimes. So most homes that you see that are raised, you'll notice the one next door looks like it's raised as well, has probably been raised due to making sure that floodwaters do not get into the house. So this might be a home that when you notice it when you're looking, that you check for the flood maps to see if you would need flood insurance for this house. Scrolling down, it looks like it has some really beautiful wood flooring throughout. I kind of like this floor plan. It kind of has a nice little flow, it looks like. Coming in through the front door here, here's your living area, a fireplace. The kitchen looks like it has some granite countertops, tile flooring, appliances are still within. Little dining area up here. That's a little slightly, you know, it's an open yet not open floor plan, but mostly open floor plan. I like that the kitchen's a little less open because one of the things I hate when I'm in the kitchen is, or in the living room watching TV, is hearing the sink running. So that's nice in my opinion. This has a nice little long hallway, it looks right here. Wood cabinets, lots of storage space in this kitchen. Scrolling down, we have some carpeted bedrooms. Looks like they have a more updated bathroom. Not so much the bathtub area, but at least the vanity area has been updated. Scrolling down, you have a full laundry room where you can wash your laundry away from everything else. A small little backyard with a storage unit behind. So just to give you a quick little rundown, adorable move-in ready home now available in desirable Metairie neighborhood. Classic 3-bed, 2-bath layout, open floor plan, large dining room, den leading out to a cozy backyard, brick fireplace, rear yard access through a side gate and detached metal shed. So moving on, that's what you can get for about $300,000 in Metairie. Our next house is $500,000 and we are looking at a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, 2-car garage, built in about 2019. The living area is 2,357 square feet. It's priced at about $212 per square foot. It looks like it's been on the market about 36 days now. Their description is open the door to exceptional luxury in this expansive floor plan with room to entertain, enjoying the many upgrades and custom items in this renovated property. Top of the line appliances, details, plumbing and electrical upgrades, water softener, new windows and doors in 2018, new kitchen remodeled in 2019, 2 masters potential for multifamily dynamics. So there's 2 primary bedrooms in this home. Let's go ahead and look at some pictures. I don't want to bore you too much. So looking at the front of this home, I like the little porch with the columns out front. They look like they've done a little bit of time with their landscaping. There's a carport in the back. So not really a garage, more of a carport to park your car under. It looks like they've painted the brick white. I like the inside. It looks like they have some of those wood look vinyl flooring. Floor to ceiling curtains. Usually that comes along, maybe not. I like what they did with the kitchen. The kitchen remodel is really open and pretty with a little breakfast bar. Moving through, here is another nice little picture here. Scrolling down. I love those the vent, how they have that vent detached from the actual stove. Sliding glass doors going into the rear backyard. Very pretty kitchen. I feel like, what was up here then? Little breakfast area. I guess they have 2 kitchen areas, or is that separate? Or it's just the way they staged the photos, I think. They must have taken the photos at different times, because I feel like that looks like a completely different kitchen. Okay, maybe it's just a little funny. Scrolling through, here's a nice little shower picture. Looks like the bathrooms have been renovated. Cute little bedroom. Little office area or a room that was used as an office. That's a nice large laundry room. I like that. That is something that, you know, as a mom, laundry is that gift that keeps on giving. You're always doing it. Backyard has a carport, small patch of grass. I mean, you can have a pet. I wouldn't think of trying to throw too much back there, but oh, well, on this other side, maybe a little bit more room. Could just be the angle of how they shot the picture though. But this is what you can get for around $500,000 in Metairie, Louisiana. Moving on to our next house, this one is $469,000. It is 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1 partial bathroom. The square footage is roughly 2,816 square feet. So this property is, let's see, it's got a 2-car garage, a saltwater pool, and a picturesque sunroom, which is not part of the living room. Separate living and dining rooms in addition to a den with a cozy fireplace, tankless water heater, new HVAC systems, which if you're in Louisiana, you want to have your air conditioning going because let's face it, it gets pretty hot down here. There are security cameras, a new garage door, and a new garage door opener with video capabilities. So let's take a look at the pictures of this house. So here's the front of the house. You have a nice little wraparound porch. It looks like you can actually go onto the porch on the 2nd story as well. You'll notice that with Metairie, a lot of homes in Metairie, a lot of these homes have been here for a long time. Metairie's been established for a long time. So you're gonna have a lot more homes that you're going to move into, and they're either going to be renovated or you'll be renovating them. You're not going to see a lot of new builds in Metairie, Louisiana. It looks like they still have some wood paneling going on in their living room area. Could use a little updating there. Otherwise, I love the grays all throughout. Kitchen looks like it could use a little bit of updating. The pool, here's that outdoor sunroom area, which looks really nice. I see the saltwater pool right behind. Would be great for entertaining, having a little swim party for the kids or even adults on the weekends. It looks like they've put a fan into the garage area. And there's once again that balcony up on the 2nd floor with sliding glass doors from the bedrooms, so you can walk out onto the balcony, have a sip of coffee. There's your kitchen area. Once again, lots of wood paneling still going on, some wood floors. And I'm just gonna flip through the rest of these. This looks like it has a nice little garage here. This looks like one of the more main artery roads with the double yellow lines right here. So this is our 2nd to last house that I'll be showing you, 30 Waverly Place in Metairie, Louisiana. This one comes in at $725,000. It is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, about 3,665 square feet. It's a small lot. You're not gonna find acreage in Metairie, so it's a 0.26 acres. Pretty standard in Metairie. If you find something with a piece of land in Metairie, I would be highly surprised because most of it's kind of built on top of each other. This house is in a sought-after neighborhood in a cul-de-sac located right next to the lake. There is even a path from the front door that leads you to the lakefront. This house also backs up to a canal in the backyard. It has cathedral ceilings, a wet bar, gas fireplace, 2 en-suite bathrooms, a large laundry room, mudroom, spacious walk-in closets, a 5th bonus room, a detached garage, and the roof is only 5 years old. Let's take a look at some pictures of this house. So here is the front of the house. Nice little, I like this little pitch that they have right here. It's kind of reminiscent of older homes. They have that kind of dollhouse look to them. brick columns across the front porch. So you have a covered porch across the front yard. It looks like an older tree is also in the front yard, providing some shade. That's really great in Louisiana because shade on your house will kind of help keep your cooling bills down. Cathedral ceilings. I love, love, love these exposed wood beams. That's kind of one of my favorite things in a house is high ceilings, wood beams. Fireplace, you can see right here, whitewashed tile in the living room. They have a stairwell going upstairs with a little overlook hallway. This would be really fun around Christmas, putting like a little wreath and garland. Can you imagine it? Going forward, we're gonna keep moving. Here are some more shots of that same room, but without the furniture in it. Here is your little dining area, the kitchen. It looks like they have some nice little, let's go back. There's some nice little built-in blinds all ready for the windows, so that's really nice. Black countertops, which it appears are granite. I didn't read the little description to know for sure. Moving along, it looks like you have some wood flooring in the dining area. Beautiful, beautiful home. It looks like they've really paid a lot of attention to detail in this home with the custom blinds throughout, and I see they have some really beautiful wood floors put in, some recessed lighting in addition to fans, which if you're in Louisiana, fans are a must, especially in the heat. We'll keep moving through. It looks like the bathroom's a little older, but still gorgeous. A little bit of updating would probably be helpful maybe with these tiles, but I still love this huge bath, this huge walk-in shower. It looks amazing. Custom built-ins in this closet, which is really nice. Moving through, more custom closet built-ins. Once again, when you're looking at houses in Metairie and New Orleans, a lot of the time you're gonna walk into homes that might need some things have been updated, some things have not been updated. This one looks like the majority has been updated. There's a couple of things that could use maybe a little more updating, but you're not gonna get a lot of homes that are, once again, newly built. You're gonna get homes that have good bones and have been around for a while. Here's a detached garage. I can see there's a little gate in the back that goes down to the canal right there. You can probably, some people go fishing in a canal. Not really my thing. I don't really go fishing in the canals, but some people do. Right here, it looks like they have some solar panels on a roof, so that's probably gonna help with electric bills, keeping them lower, especially during the summer when they tend to go higher with the AC running. Here is an over-house view. You can see the cul-de-sac that this house is located in and the canal that goes right along behind it. I've seen some people kayak in the canals. Once again, not really my thing. I guess because I grew up in Louisiana, like I like to go out on the open water. I like to go in the lake or the rivers. The canals are usually kind of like meh, but it's nice that it backs up to it. Here is your floor plan, which looks like you have a lot of space in this gym over in Metairie. So let's go ahead and move on to our next house because I know I'm getting a little lengthy here. And here is our last house that we are going to do today. This one comes in at $829,900. It is 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 1 half bath. It was built in 1994. It has a total of a little over 4,000 square feet for this home. It looks like it is a Palm Vista home, which is a cute little neighborhood in Metairie. It is walking distance to the lake as well. They have an in-ground pool and a basketball court. So if you like basketball, this might be the home for you because you have a basketball court right in your backyard. Spacious den includes a fireplace and overlooks the backyard patio. An additional downstairs den provides great space for kids or a man cave. Huge upstairs master suite with an en-suite ensuite master tub. So let's take a look at the pictures of this home. Here is the front of the home. It definitely looks a little more modern, more updated. I love what they did with the sidewalk and the landscaping here. Going to our next one, here is your main entry, which looks gorgeous. I love the chandelier that they have hanging, stairs going up, some wrought iron little, oh, I can't think of the little thing, the pins, whatever they call them, part of the stairs. Moving on, having a moment here. My blonde roots from childhood are coming out. Here is a cute little den. It looks like they've furnished it with a piano and some chairs and made it a sitting area still at the main entrance. You can see as you come through the main entrance, it's a very beautiful home, well appointed. It looks like real wood floors throughout, going all the way to the back door. It's got a nice little flow. Here is your living room. I love the colors that they chose. It looks absolutely beautiful, staged very well. The kitchen, I love the kitchen, looks beautiful, it's updated, it is ready for you to move in. I see a double oven, so if you are somebody who loves to make Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner and invite a bunch of people over, this looks like a kitchen that will definitely be well suited for you. Nice little, I don't know if that's the full dining or just a breakfast nook, but it's definitely cute. I love the way that it's set up. Yep, that was a breakfast nook. So going back, here's like a little breakfast nook, or maybe that's the area where you eat when it's just you and your family. And then here is your formal dining room. Once again, well appointed. It looks like the formal dining room is by the front door next to the little sitting area. They have a little separate bar area, love that. A separate linen room so you can do your laundry and have it all in one place. The bedroom's gorgeous, I love the chandelier. Looks like they did some detailing on the walls. The ceilings kind of arc up, gorgeous. The bathroom, it has a nice little tub right here. Moving through, very large walk-in closet. I can imagine if you had somebody come out, they could probably customize that closet for you. This looks like the man cave, AKA area that you could have for the downstairs den for the kids. This bathroom's a little busy. They got a lot going on there, but it kind of reminds me of a New Orleans bar. You know, things pasted all over the walls. Coming upstairs, carpet upstairs. It looks like it's one of those high density carpets that can take a lot of foot traffic going into the bedrooms as well. I'm just gonna kind of click through these so you can take a quick little look. I love the setup of that room, very pretty. Here is your backyard. There's a fire pit, nice landscaping. Here's a little overhang porch, pool. I like the pool, and I'm pretty sure that basketball court's coming up soon. Here is, and I mean, a backyard this size is kind of rare in Metairie, so this is pretty nice, really nice. Two-story house, pool, basketball court, fire pit. You are ready to entertain in this gym. I don't know how somebody hasn't jumped on this one already. If I had 800,000, I would. So, just one last thing I wanted to do is I pulled up a map and I wanted to show you kind of where all of these houses are in relation. So here you kind of see the Metairie area. Interstate 10 is what you see going through right here. Above Interstate 10 is where, well no, just one house was underneath it. Here's Lakeside Mall. This is the causeway that will take you up to the North Shore. So if you wanted to go to the North Shore, it's that way. Interstate 10 will take you over to Louis Armstrong National Airport over here. Or you can take Interstate 10 and come this way over to City Park. And then right down here, here's Mid-City, and you're gonna go right into New Orleans. So Metairie is really convenient to just about everything on the South Shore. It's almost a central hub outside of New Orleans. The houses that we looked at, just to show you, over here is 716 Rosa Avenue. I believe that was the one that was 500,000. with 716 Rosa Avenue, which you have right here over by Bonneville Place. Bucktown, which I talked about at the beginning of the video, is over here, the little old fishing village with lots of seafood. Right here across from the mall, you have 2508 Taft Park. That is our house that I showed you that came in around $300,000. So more economical, more affordable kind of in this area over here. Lafreniere Park is also a great park in addition to being close to City Park. And then the other houses that I showed you, which were a little pricier, but you get a lot more bang for your buck. Up here you have 4916 Green Acres, which was a 2-story. Right here you have 30 Waverly Place, which once again had a path to the lakefront. And the very last one that I showed you, 5409 Reclinata, which is right by the lakefront, and that is the one that had the basketball court and the pool. So just to give you an idea of where all these houses are, there's a hospital right here, East Jefferson General Hospital. It's a great area to live in. If it's something that you're thinking about, I highly recommend Metairie, Louisiana. Yeah, it's a great area. Okay, so to conclude our video today, I just want to leave you with a couple more facts about Metairie. So currently the median home price in Metairie is right around $315,000. I know at the beginning I told you that the median home value would be about $237,000. But currently, the median price of homes that are selling in Metairie, Louisiana is $315,000. There are approximately 350 to 400 homes that are for sale in Metairie right now, and they're ranging from $65,000, bottom line fixer-upper, all the way up to $6 million. So there are there's some $1 million neighborhoods in that area too. You have to remember that Metairie is home to the Saints training facility and also the Pelicans training facility. So if you're into baseball, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, and if you're into football, obviously we have the New Orleans Saints. So there are areas in Metairie where there are really $1 million neighborhoods where Saints players are living as well. I know in my late 20s, I was living in an apartment complex in the Elmwood area, and right next door there was a little bit upper scale apartment complex, and there were Saints players there all the time. So you could possibly run into somebody from the Saints when you're bouncing around the area. You can get tickets to go to their training facility and watch them train. I believe there's even programs where kids can go and like toss the football with the quarterbacks and things like that as well. Another thing to consider is I'm going to give you a couple of grades from niche.com. So nightlife in Metairie is an A+. There are no shortage of bars in Metairie. So if you want to go out and get a drink, there are lots and lots of neighborhood bars. There's lots of places to go out and dance, hang out with your friends. It's really convenient to New Orleans if you want to go to New Orleans, but you don't have to. You can go to Fat City and go have a drink. You could find places all up and down Veterans Boulevard. There are no shortage of places to go out and have a nightlife in Metairie. So that's an A+, and I really agree with niche.com because in my 20s, I spent a lot of time in Metairie. Diversity is an A. You're gonna have a very diverse population in Metairie. There's, once again, I like to say Louisiana's a melting pot. That's what I was taught coming up in school, is that we are literally a melting pot of different cultures, different people from different backgrounds, different countries, we're all different but beautiful and melting into this one big gumbo that is Louisiana. So Metairie, you're gonna find a lot of diversity, so that is an A on niche.com. Health and fitness is an A-. I know that there's some smaller gyms there. There's a couple of bigger gyms in New Orleans itself, and also in Elmwood. I know there's a really big one in Elmwood, but as far as Metairie goes, I think Metairie mostly has smaller gyms, but I'm sure you can find some. There might be a big one that's popped up that I'm just not aware of and I didn't research. So that is an A- on health and fitness from niche.com. Still really good. Commute is a B+. So I will say that veterans can get a little busy, especially around high traffic times of the day when people are commuting. But the really good thing about Metairie is it's kind of like New Orleans, where it's built like a grid, and there are more than one main roadway. So depending on where you are, maybe you take West Metairie, maybe you take I-10, maybe you find one of the side streets and use one of those. There are options to getting around, and as somebody who at one point in time did live in New Orleans, I currently live on the North Shore, but I lived in New Orleans, uptown off of Magazine Street. One thing that the locals will definitely do is we learn our side streets so that we don't have to be in the traffic on the main streets. So commute's a B+. I would consider it an A because I've lived in that area and it's really not that bad. Once again, regular times it can get a little hairy, but if you take the side streets, you'll be fine. Good for families, B+ from niche.com. And you know, I guess there is crime that spills over from New Orleans, as with any big city. You know, there's gonna be crime. Once again, we have a very diverse population, you know, and not that that leads to crime, so to speak, but when you have people who've, you know, had really rough lives, living down the street from people who are living in $1 million houses, sometimes, you know, things happen. So it's something to definitely always be aware of, is be aware of your surroundings, you know. There are, unfortunately, less fortunate people that don't always have the same means as everybody else, and sometimes that causes desperation. So always be aware. But good for families, B+, I agree. As far as schools, they have some really great public schools, some really great private schools. I'm not gonna go too into detail on them because there's a lot. So do your research, look around. If it's an area that you think you're interested in, there's plenty of hotels all through Metairie. You can come stay at one. I always say drive around at different times of the day and see what your surroundings look like and if you're comfortable. It's gonna be different for everybody. You know, we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different upbringings, and there's just different things that are just gonna feel comfortable to some and uncomfortable to others. So just do your research, do your due diligence, check the crime maps, and I hope that you will consider us when you are thinking of your smooth move to Metairie, New Orleans, and all of our surrounding areas. So thank you for tuning in today. I hope to see you around town.